What's up guys, Shuichi here. It's been a minute, but I thought I should probably get back in the groove of posting videos here and there, and I figured what easier way to get back into it than ranking Black Ops 2 perk locations. Unlike the Black Ops 1 series though, I think I'm going to go in order from map release date rather than ranking best to worst. Because recently I watched one of the videos to check on the format just to keep it consistent, and then as I was watching, I'm like, why the fuck did I start with Moon? And I'm like, oh, because I rated best to worst. Let's not do that again. That was confusing as hell. Anyways, we should probably get back on track and start ranking those perk locations. Hey, nah, say which better than to start with some jugga now, you know? The location on transit is kinda iffy. First you have to go up some stairs, which, you know me, I do not like going upstairs. Those are death traps in zombies. Once you get up the stairs though, it's kind of still in an iffy spot because you got a barrier right next to it, and then you got to curve around that wall. But once you get the perk, it's smooth sailing from there. All you have to do is jump off one of the two ledges. If you want to risk going back down the stairs, you can, but I don't recommend it. There's only about one other barrier in that place. But as I said, once you get it, you got like two ledges and a staircase to go back down. I would probably give this a low B, high C. You know what? Because of the staircase, I'm going to give this a C. Due to the RNG and constant movement of die-rise, I'm going to go straight to giving that one an F. Like, I could show you guys the perk locations, but the problem is Jugg has multiple locations, plus it's not consistent because the elevators keep going up and down. And I promise you, it's not that I'm not going into detail because I hate the map, because I like die-rise. I really do. It's just one of those that you can't really go into detail without going like, hey, elevator here, elevator here. Elevator here. This floor. Oh my god. This floor is to die for. You get the point. It would be tedious. I don't think you'd want to sit through that. I do not want to sit through that. F tier. And I'm sure you're going to realize, hey, all the perks are going to be F tier. Die-rise just isn't the map for perks. Mob of the Dead, when we get into this location for Juggernog, we need to take into factor one thing from one of my previous videos, and that's going to be the rule of forbidden doors. If you operate by that, this perk location absolutely sucks. Because if you operate by the rule of forbidden doors, which is a real thing, I don't want to hear you guys complain about it, we don't open that door, we end up in a chokehold situation where we got to go through two tiny bins, followed by getting stuck by a barrier. If you're doing this in the middle of a busy round, you're basically going to get stuck, the zombie's going to block your path, you're going to die. Now let's say you don't operate by the rule of forbidden doors, which a lot of people don't. It makes it a lot easier because all you have to do is come from the other pathway, grab the perk, and do a quick U-turn. You pull off that U-turn, you won't get caught. That's if you're good at pulling off U-turns. A lot of people for some reason can't run trains anymore. Because I believe in the whole forbidden door shit, I'm gonna give this 2 rankings. Forbidden door, no door. If we go by forbidden, it's gonna be an F tier. If we do no door, I beg to give it a B, because that U-turn is really simple unless you get caught from the barrier as you're turning around. I just realized as soon as I went to start with buried, all these perk locations for Jugg fucking suck. I don't want Die-Rise's perk location. I don't want Mob of the Deads if we go by forbidden door. I don't want Burieds now that I think about Burieds because, dude, Burieds is a fucking dead end. You literally have to go down a long pathway to grab it, turn around, make it out without getting caught. This is one you can't do mid-round unless you have traps set up. If you have those buildables set up, it's kind of easy unless you get your head cut off. But let's just say you're doing it like the normal person, try to grab it, recover mid-round. You're not going to recover mid-round with Jugg. You're going to go back down because you're going to get it cut off. Horrible perk location. Terrible. Just the worst. I mean, I'm probably sure there's worse locations for any of these perks, but you know, F. Burieds is going to be an F. Not to mention we still have to deal with the old-timer players that are like, oh, I hate having to do all this shit for a perk. Just because they have to have Leroy destroy 2 different walls. Yes, it's simple, but for some of them it's obnoxious and a hindrance to gameplay. So yes, F. Either way it's going to be an F. When we get to Origins, oh shit. We can't go to Origins because I skipped a fucking map. Nuketowns is going to be an F because it could spawn on round 2 or it could spawn on round 25. There you go, Nuketown players. I did not forget about you. I apologize. But don't expect me to go into detail ranking each one of those little stands because it'd be annoying video-wise because I'd have to do it for Quick Revive and repost the same shit for Quick Revive, Double Tap, Sweet Cola, and the Perk machine. So you're just gonna get the RNG, and the RNG makes it an F. Okay, on to the best map, Origins. Woo! Now that I'm thinking about it, it gets a lot harder when it comes to ranking Black Ops 2 maps because each of the maps have some kind of deterrent. Like Nuketown has the whole round-based thing, and I based it off of that instead of accessibility. Buried, I based it off of accessibility rather than having to unlock the doors with Leroy. And now I'm stuck with a situation because the generators do make or break the perk locations in a sense based on power and able to retrieve it mid-round. If you keep the generators on, good, dandy. It doesn't affect gameplay at all. So I think we're gonna have to operate by that standard that most players are gonna keep all the generators online and keep them accessible. Therefore, Jugg's perk location is kind of a tight-knit spot if you're good at dipping in and out. It's not too heavy, but I think there's too many obstacles in the way to make it an A or a B. Like you can come at Jugg from 2 angles. Once you get it, I feel like it opens up a little bit because you can curve back the way you came or go 2 different routes. But we still struggle with the area around Jugg being tight. Everything's compact. You got the generator in the way, and then you got the staircase on one side and the footprint on the other. But if you can make it out of there, it's not too bad. It's not like you're gonna get tunneled real quick. You still have a chance of survival. I'd give it a C. I don't think it's a D because there's still multiple ways to get out. It's not an F because it doesn't struggle with RNG or being able to get back out. Yeah, it's a C. And there you have it. On the screen, you're going to see the final rankings of Jugg's perk locations on each of the maps. Next up is going to be Quick Revive, and I'll try to get that uploaded as soon as possible. I'm not quite sure if I went into detail enough about each of the perk locations. I just wanted to make it about accessibility mid-round, which I guess I forgot to mention at the beginning of the video, like I usually do. Anyways, if there's any more content you want to see, or if anybody's out there, leave a comment. Hell, leave a comment if you think any of these rankings were horrible. I want to argue with you. My list is right, yours is wrong. Rah, 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 rah. And Cosme, if you're eventually watching this, shut the fuck up. Anyways, if you enjoyed this, like, comment, do whatever you usually do. And as always, don't die.